Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What's going on, guys? It's Filthy and I'm back with another video. Now today we're looking at the Witch Doctor, how to go from level 1 all the way to GR100. It's a complete 0 to hero guide. We're going to look at what to do with the challenge rift. I'm going to show you what gear pieces to invest in at level 70 to try and get one of the most powerful builds in the entire game set up just as quickly as we can. I'm going to show you a very fun Arachyr speed farm build that will help you get those gear pieces. We're also going to look at Arachyr push a little bit, just in case those pieces drop for you too. But before we jump into it, I just want to welcome anyone who's new to the channel. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. As always, guys, a thumbs up is greatly appreciated. Now, looking at the challenge rift bag for the Necromancer. Now, looking at the challenge rift bag for the Witch Doctor, I'd say blood shards are pretty straightforward. You're going to roll for a Gazing Demise. Now, this is probably one of the best things you can get with blood shards at level 1 across all the characters. It used to be really good for leveling, it's now been buffed even more, so Spirit Barrage is going to be super juiced with this and it's going to be incredibly easy to level with it. Now, if you spend your whole blood shards on this, I think you've got about an 86% chance of hitting it, so it is pretty high. Not guaranteed, but pretty close, so that should help you out. Now, in terms of shards after that, I would probably roll for a Leorics crown next. I just think the extra XP that you'll get whilst leveling will help you out. Now, this does have a fairly decent chance of dropping as you level because there aren't that many helms in the pool, but Witch Doctor does have quite a few that get added fairly early, so I'd say go for it with your blood shards because it just seems to make a bit more sense to try and box it off. On average, you'll probably get it, so I'd say 50% of players will find both the Gazing Demise and this, and obviously 50% will end up with maybe just the Gazing Demise or nothing. I probably wouldn't save them for later, going for the Mask of Jerem. I just think there's too low chance of hitting that. I'd rather have the certainty of this one personally. Now, in terms of your upgrade, I would be going for a Ceremonial Knife, and there are 11 in the pool, and I'd say you probably only want to extract 3 or maybe 4 into the cube. So running through the options, a Sacred Harvester. This will stack Soul Harvest 10 times, that gives you a pretty big damage and toughness boost. Lots of really good runes on that skill as well, so that's very important for endgame as well. The Barber is amazing, Spirit Barrage is going to deal a bunch more damage. Again, if you've got the Gazing Demise, that's just going to be incredible. This is also an item that we're going to use in our endgame build, so that would be absolutely amazing, definitely #1 pick. And then we have the Dagger of Darts, which will give us 500% on our darts, so that's really handy, pretty good one to pick up. Now, I would extract all of those 3 regardless of what I got out of my shards, but the 4th one, the Voos Juicer, I probably would only extract this if I got the Gazing Demise. So this kind of helps out Spirit Barrage. I don't think it's worthwhile extracting if you don't have the offhand. I just don't think that it's going to be worth it. I'd rather have the mats for later. Now, the rest of them, guys, are complete bricks. I wouldn't extract them. What you might find is that you hit the Munj Carving Knife. Not great for leveling, won't help you out at all, but you can save this for 70, and this will be part of the Arachyr speed build that we get up and running as quickly as we can. So, you know, not amazing, but it's not the end of the world if you get this one. Now, the Witch Doctor has an amazing time for leveling. I would basically just massacre bonus, so I'd go to the Halls of Agony till I get to about level 20, and once there, I would probably move on and go to the Fields of Misery. So concentrate on your dot skill, so Horns and Locust Swarm. Spirit Barrage you're probably going to be using with the items that you find, and obviously pets as well. Just chain as many enemies as you can together and you will get to 70 in no time. Nothing wrong with rifting as the Witch Doctor, but it is much quicker to do the massacre bonusing. Now, once you get to 70, I would be looking to set up Arachyr Chicken with a view to speed farming my way up to the Mundunugu set. So looking at the Arachyr 2-piece, we get a Spider Queen that does a bit of area of effect damage on the ground. You can control it, but it's not particularly brilliant. The 4-piece Hex gives us an extra rune and some damage reduction and heals us. The downside that I see it is that there's no icon to let you know your damage reduction is up. So as a casual player, you can't just glance down on your bar, you've got to mentally make a note of when you're casting Hex. That's generally annoying for Arachyr, but the chicken build doesn't suffer with that because you press Hex so often that you've always got it up. So I suppose that's an advantage of it. And in the 6-piece we get 9000% on creature skills. Now, I will show you Firebats push in a minute, but I probably wouldn't gear that out unless the pieces just happen to drop. This build here is fast, it's fun, it will punch, you know, fairly decent. You're just looking to get mats as quickly as you can. So the main gear pieces are going to be the Carving Knife and the offhand for the Mundunugu set. This will give us Angry Chicken buff, so we basically go into chicken form, run around really quickly, pop out of it and explode. Now the idea is that with Graven Justice, the explosion will generally kill stuff, and that will allow us to just activate the Angry Chicken again. Now just in case that doesn't happen, we've got some more creature skills, so Piranhas, Firebats, we've got Locust Swarm as well, buffing up damage, Soul Harvest, Spirit Walk, and all this kind of stuff just basically means that if we don't have access to the chicken, we can still DPS. Now most of these pieces you're going to look for your Mundunugus, so I would be using Crimsons with Mundunugus. Again, I'll show you that build in a minute. You know, you're going to want to get the Kumba's Ornament for Mundunugus, that's just huge damage reduction. A Hellfire Amulet is craftable, a Rogue is gettable in bounties. You're going to be rolling for a Sacred Harvester on Mundunugus anyway. So basically the idea is if we've got a build here, we're not going to waste any mats on. And then Ring of Emptiness again you want for Mundunugus, and the COE is always good to have, but maybe not usable in Mundunugus. It just depends how you're gearing that particular build. So basically at 70 I'm spending DBs on a Ceremonial Knife, looking to pick up this one, the Sacred Harvester and the Barber. I'm then rolling for 70 offhands, looking for the Chicken offhand or the Gazing Demise at 70. Then I'm moving on to braces because I want to get a really nice pair of Lacumbas, which is going to help me out a bunch. Doing bounties to get a Rogue and also the Crimsons, and then maybe upgrading some amulets, but a Hellfire will do you just fine as you're going through things. Now the main advantage of this build, it is incredibly quick, so great for getting shards, DBs, just materials and keys in general, so you can make a lot of progress. It doesn't carry the biggest punch in the world, so it will kind of tap itself out, but again it's just a transition build. You want to get Spirit Barrage set up as quickly as you can. Now just in case anyone's interested, this is a Firebat push build. Now the reason I wouldn't set this up is because you're going to have to put mats into things like the Staff of Cheopetra. This, because Arachyr is nowhere near as good as Mundunugu's, just seems like a waste of mats. You're also going to need to get the Bakuli Jungle Wraps. Again, for Mundunugu's, the belt's probably the least important gear piece, so again this just does seem like a waste of mats rolling for it. But the idea is that you're buffing up Firebats. Again, Mantler Channeling, you're not going to use that in Mundunugu's, but it can go in the cube and that will give you some extra power. So fine, if you get these things dropped, the Traveller's Pledge and Compass Rose, you will probably use the Mundunugu. You're probably not going to want to rank up your Taeguk for extra damage. So as I say, D3 planner link for this and the previous speed build I've showed you will be in the description, but it is here if you want it, but I probably wouldn't personally set this up. And then finally guys, this is Mundunugu, the Spirit Barrage set. This is what we're going to gear towards. Now in the background I've got some 95 gameplay. That's with all of these Mundunugu pieces of being completely non-ancient. It was with all of my intelligence paragon, every single point removed, and you'll see that it is pretty easy. Do proc to cheat death a couple of times because it is still a little squish, but again if you put the paragon on, that problem would go away pretty quickly. Now Mundunugu's revolves around Spirit Barrage. I'm not going to go through the full thing because as I say I will do a guide on it, but what I would say is I think in terms of how to gear it out effectively, you definitely want Ring of Emptiness and Traveller's Pledge and Compass Rose combo, and I would also take the Crimsons over say a Unity, because you could put Unity here and then wear the full 6 pieces, but the way I figure it is you're getting pretty much all the damage reduction of a Unity anyway from a Crimsons. You just have to maybe get a resource cost roll somewhere. You're then also getting a damage boost, so it seems to be sensible to me to take the damage reduction and go for the damage boost. I probably would be playing with armor gems because you are still a little squish as the Witch Doctor. Horrify will give us a lot of extra armor, so again that's a pretty nice way of playing it. Armor on Soul Harvest buffs up the toughness. Spirit Walk gives us 3 seconds of immunity, which is really nice. And then we've got to go for Locust Swarm on the build. I probably would pick Cloud of Insects just for the damage reduction, but Pestilence is pretty good and it just makes it a little easier to play, so maybe that's a good way. And then Piranha Nados to lock stuff in place, and then obviously Spirit Barrage, Manitou to be doing the damage. And one thing I would say about this guys, it is loads of fun to play. I'm going to have an incredible time I think setting up a really nice speed build. Again, I'm probably going to wait till on the season to do that, but this will get you past 100 incredibly easily, and you want to transition to it after Arachyr. So again, you need to play this by ear. If the game drops you several Mundunugu pieces, then you might just want to ditch the chicken earlier, but obviously if you do have to gear it out, then you're just looking to roll shards for all your missing pieces, and it doesn't much matter which way round. Crimsons can go in pants, you know, you can wear 6 pieces of Mundunugus until you get Crimsons, so it is pretty flexible. But other than that guys, that is the guide. Now I do think Witch Doctor is going to be one of the more popular classes. I do think it will go very far next season, so it should be an awful lot of fun. I'm pretty excited to play it, hoping to get my hands on it in the season in the first couple of weeks, but we'll have to see how we go. I might roll Witch Doctor, I still haven't quite decided yet. I'm going to do that tomorrow morning. I hope you enjoyed the video. A thumbs up is greatly appreciated if you did, and I will be back with some more Season 20 content just as soon as I can. Enjoy the rest of your day, take it easy, peace.